Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the head detective's desk. It's Chief Gant. Not that creepazoid. Are you sure this is all, You know what it means if there is anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lock, the pillowcases, behind the computer monitors, the coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The head detective looks a little flustered. Aha, right-ho, my boy. How have you been? So much. Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? I don't know. Reasons? Alright, let's talk about some stuff. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, we've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having one of our top people sitting in the defendant's seat. Now you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto. Yeah, it was that psychopath, Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career, until Phoenix totally whomped him. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Oh, you are so hiding something. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. So am I meant to interpret this, instead of people being in awe and of splendor of Phoenix, you know, proving a prosecutor of you know, that never failed for over 40 years, completely and utterly wrong, and was also a murderer in his own right, and that finding all of this out, rather than believe that Phoenix actually did it, everyone just assumes he fixed it. Man, this world sucks. What? Yep, hang on. Let's keep talking. It's downright odd, I tell you. I mean, it happened at exactly the same time. Yeah, scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? And now, righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. So you know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. Yeah, so that's why you obviously have one. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the head detective's trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Oops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the head detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Discreetly ask. By presenting a thing, no doubt. I'm pretty sure the steak lunch is still for Gumshoe. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Ah, sorry, righto. I'm through with that stuff, though, they say. Go find the guy who can't seem to sit still out there, the busy one. The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the dancing blue badger. And the badger returns! Okay, so I'm discreetly looking for information. What do you know of the badger? And no, okay. Worth a shot. It appears that I'm just kind of trial and error throwing things at him. Like, seriously, tell me about stuff. Yep, okay. Well, there's very clearly something I'm supposed to do with this guy, but I don't know what it is. So instead, I'm going to head over to the security room where I know I can get stuff done. Somebody's gonna be in there, or nobody is in there. Okay, is the door open now? The evidence room is beyond that door, and it's still locked. Okay, can I like look at a videotape or something? There's a video feed from the evidence room, clicking monitor, and okay. Well, now I'm all sorts of confused. Okay, so then I guess I have no choice. I have to figure out what the deal with Gant is. Okay, fine. But for the life of me, I don't have the slightest. I'm just throwing all of my stuff at him. Yeah, I get it. Go find Detective Gumshoe and whatnot. I understand that much. Hang on. Do you want the steak? No, okay. Was it this? I was wondering, I was like, I don't know, was it a ruse about giving it to Gumshoe? I just don't. I'm gonna present every single thing I have in my pants right now, okay? And one of these things should, in theory, maybe get you to say something about something, and that would be really freaking handy right now, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Nor do I have any idea of where to go if I can't make you talk. Okay. The parking stub! Dang it, not even the parking stub can save me. The knife. Alright, then that would mean the one and only thing left is this. And alright, so he absolutely will not talk to us about anything whatsoever. Okay then. Then I guess I need to look around at different places. Alright, fine. I'll go to the entrance. Maybe I can go back to the underground parking lot. And then maybe I can go to the High Prosecutor's office, where something maybe will happen. That would be nice. Now, this place is certainly tidy today, and it will be tidy tomorrow, too. Incidentally, he's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. But what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Like, I get that I'm supposed to find Gumshoe, and they said he ran towards the evidence room. So I looked there and I didn't find him, so I can't find Gumshoe and I can't find Marshall, so I don't know what the hell to do. Okay, guess I'm gonna have to shuffle around and find whatever it is I'm supposed to do. Just give me a minute, I'll figure it out eventually, I guess. Really? I'm supposed to invest... Okay, well I get that he was talking to him and okay, that's stupid, but okay, fine, whatever. Figured out what I'm doing. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So, nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not! Well, except for this. Whoa, hello. You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. Well, then why do I get the overwhelming sensation that this is probably incredibly important then? It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? Other than his life? The date on it is February 21st. I'll make a note of that just in case. Okie dokie then. I should probably get a quick look around the crime scene. Okay, so is that your way of saying that I can... Okay, there we go. Permission granted. Hello. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. And then he stared. Like a creepy man who stares at people. Now, Wright-o. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Wright-o, please, do I look like a selfish man? Do you want me to answer that? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Oh, hey, this is a detective ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, that's an honor. You just run along now and do your best now. Later, folks. And thus he disappears into the ether. Haha, it looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Alright, so, now that we got that stupid little hiccup out of the way, how about we actually, maybe, in theory, accomplish something? Okay, so, I mean, I've got the card key. I got the key card. So let me into the place. The room is right on that door. Yeah, there we go. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. Won't open. Aha, this card reader is turned off, see? What's the security guard thinking? And there he is. Howdy, partners. Well, well. What's made my Bambina sky so gray? I thought that said gravy for a second. Well, not surprised me. You mean besides the whole sister being accused of murder thing? I mean, you know, Officer Marshall! Somehow I knew. What's that somehow I knew looked for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeah, that card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw! That was a television program. Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's a-waitin'. Beep. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Well, actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Well, it's looking like you don't get a dang choice in the matter, so start talking. I was wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wild prairie. Like a gunslinger loading a six-shooter, I say a little prayer. Grork. What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Oh, alright, hang on a second. Then I really was supposed to give it to you and not Gumshoe. It was one or the other. That smell. Reminds me of Texas, which I never went. Okay. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? Nope. I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? What? Yeah, Miss Star? What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall, then. Okay. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask munch anything, murph. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Alright then, there we go. I guess that was like a secret code between the two of them. Like, hey, it's okay, let them in on the hooskow. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, negligence is basically what you're getting at. What were you doing around 5 to 15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway of the back of my steed, Zippy. Noted, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli that snuck into your steak, you know? I don't. I really don't. Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. And it's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker, which I guess emanates an odor. Go figure, huh? I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. Well, it was a murder case, because everything in this universe is a murder case. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. And that's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. Alright, so much to talk about, my goodness. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. You just don't like stew. The easiest one to understand... Now I'm thinking of chocolate pudding stirring. Anyway, the easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard, and you reckon. One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through. Oh, hello. Okay, so this is the ID card. Interesting. Okay. Wait, it was used? I'm a bit confused. Okay, well, first of all, that straight line of 7 seems incredibly suspicious. and 2 people walked in there at 5:14. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Eh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove the record is tied to the stabbing. Well, I definitely can, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept under the proceeding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the police station. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed. Forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Interesting. Alright, so I have to prove to him that this is all related to stuff. Okay, fine. This thing. The sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't put much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. Ah! This and that and this are 2 different things entirely. I guess so? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Okay. Then the knife itself. Alright, the knife does nothing. Now I am just confused. Alright. The lost item report. It was the only new thing I had, so I don't know. Okay, you know what? How about instead of all this noise, how about we just freaking go inside the evidence room? We'll cover up any of that other stuff later. I turned on the card reader. Go have yourself a ball, partner. And I have the ID card. A real ID card. Let's get this investigation started already. Oh, okay, can I just... Oh, do I move in now? Is that what happens? Okay. Oy, oy, oy. February 23rd. Alright, it's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Uh-huh, sure. Hello. Eek! Whoa! Blackout. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? I don't know, what did you hear? Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? $50? What? Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone 50 bucks? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans. Fancy pantsy. I don't want to actually present anything. I want to just, hang on, I want to look at it. I didn't actually get to take it. I want to look at the thing. Let me see the thing. Beautiful. Very detailed. Thank you for this. It will be invaluable. All right, let's talk about some stuff. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using our findings from yesterday's investigation to prepare for the trial. In other words, Detective Gumshoe got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though! I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. And in my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course! I am a detective, after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? Alright, that's certainly interesting. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. And I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, how about you talk to us about that? Boy. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker here is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using this ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd car since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. And that's the only locker we can open. Interesting. I'm sure this will come into play. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Oh, yep, that's going in there. Thank you. All right, so I need you to talk about SL9. So, Detective Goodman's notes and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone because of the SL9 connection. That's what Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Alright, I'm sure that's all definitely going to come into play at some point. Can we talk more about it? Yes, we can! Thank you. Oh, Gumshoe. You seem unassuming, but my God, you help us accomplish so much. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? No! The blood-soaked, broken knife had nothing to do with a murder case. What are the odds of that? A serial killing? A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Eh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Interesting. So hang on, there's actually some stuff I want to look at. First and foremost, mostly the thing hanging out of this thing. It piqued my eye not too long ago. Can I actually look at that? Something's sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence from some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck his shirt in under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Oh, you poor fellow. Alright, let's see here. Anything else worth looking at? I guess not from here. Okay, so, well, is that paint? What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, of which apparently is very important. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room? Okay, interesting, interesting. Oh, that looks like a big honking handprint. Hello. What's this? Blood. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. We must always use the testing fluid. All right, hold up. Can I just use this? I can! I'm gonna spray all the things. Yeah, get spritzed on. Spritz, spritz, spritz. I'm gonna spritz over all the things. There we go. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker, it's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? You're a detective. Oh, the confidence. All right, so there's that. Oh, hey-oh. Spritzy, spritzy, spritz, spritz, spritz. There we go. Never stop spritzing. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I've never seen so much before. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Huh. Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. You poor man. He tries. It doesn't work well, but he tries. Alright, just gonna keep on spritza. How much of this stuff do you have? Because I am wasting it. Oh, hello! Come on. Here we are. This means something, no doubt. Ah, a three-fingered hand! Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Okay, is that everything? I'm gonna waste all your money looking for blood and crimes. And I don't see anything else. Alright, I think that's everything. So then by that, I guess the reason it was blank was because we could put stuff on it? Yeah, I guess so. Well, there you go then. Alright, so I guess I should probably throw out a theory of mine. And it is a theory. With the whole, guy in the same... I'm not sure how exactly it works, but seeing as how much blood is there and how little blood there was at the other crime scene, I'm thinking maybe it's possible that, like, the blood got on his shoe and under his shoe here, and then maybe his body got brought over to the other place, but then it's at the exact same time, so I'm not entirely sure how that would be possible. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm theorizing, I'm spitballing. I haven't the slightest idea what I'm doing. Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator tag stuck on it still. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. So how exactly did you pry that open? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Fascinating.